and he's also like struggling with trying to not become his father. It's like
Mm-hmm.
sort of like a really deep thing. Like one of the first things that you see in the movie is like he has this dream where he's like in a field with his crush. Like he's in like a field of flowers. And he's like laying in a field with his crush, and everything's all happy and everything. And then all of a sudden, like it becomes like a werewolf scene.
Does he transform into Goofy?
He basically transforms into Goofy.
Yo, that's dark.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's like super fucking horrific. And like his crush is just like horrified and fucking runs away with him and everything.
Damn.
And like he gives a good yuck.
We in. What it do?
Yo.
What up? Welcome to the Chris and Kyle Show, everybody. This is the Chris and Kyle Show. He is Chris. I am Kyle.
Admittedly, I'm not in the greatest of moods right now.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Well, I'm kind of tired. I'm also like, my fucking neck, dude. My neck's
still messed up?
Yeah, my neck's fucked up. Just
I hate when I do that and you sleep on it wrong. Hate that shit.
Yeah, like I can't touch my left ear to like my left shoulder. You know, I could do it fine.
That's weird. Just walk around like this. The other way, like the comfortable way.
No,
then you'll
dude.
just be permanently messed up.
Nah, dude.
That'll be great. That'll be wonderful.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
You want to just talk about what we just watched?
Mm-hmm.
So we just watched the new Terminator trailer, Terminator Dark Fate, which I posited the question, how many Terminator movies are there? I have no idea.
So this is gonna be the sixth, if you count Genesis, right? So you have T1, T2, T3. You have Terminator Salvation, that's the fourth one, and then Terminator Genesis, that's the fifth one, and then
wasn't there one like 2 years ago with Emilia Clarke?
yeah, it's Genesis.
Oh, that's Genesis. Okay.
Yeah,
because that one didn't do well.
that's the only one that I've seen.
I think the one before that one.
The only one
didn't
that
do
I
well.
haven't seen.
I think I've only seen 1 and 2. And I admittedly like don't have a good grasp on the Terminator lore.
Yeah.
Like I know that Gabriel Luna in that trailer is the dude the same type of robot from T2. Like
Is he really related to Diego Luna?
I have no idea. Let me make sure that's his proper name. He played Ghost Rider in S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was really good. I liked him a lot in that show. But that's the only thing I know him from.
It's also got Mackenzie Davis,
Yeah,
who
Luna.
like the first thing that popped into my head when I saw her, I was like, oh, that's the girl from San Junipero, the episode of Black Mirror called San Junipero. It's like one of the more heralded episodes of.
I've only seen one episode of Black Mirror. It was one with Domhnall Gleeson and Haley Atwell.
That's the one. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It was
one.
really good.
Apparently, it was really good.
Really good. Yeah, she's in a bunch of stuff. Apparently, I haven't seen the new Blade Runner, but she's in that. She was in That Awkward Moment. That's what I recognized her from immediately. But like, refresh me on. Is this just like a rehash of OG Terminator? Like Terminator 2? I mean, having a Terminator protecting a kid. Isn't that what Terminator 2 is? Arnold is protecting John Connor.
I mean, it's also what Terminator 3 is.
Oh yeah,
as well. Like that's kind of the biggest change that you see like between the differences between Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, because obviously
Arnold's the villain in the first one, and then he's protecting.
Yeah, like then they realized how big of a fucking star Arnold Schwarzenegger was, so they're like, we gotta give him a lovable character. We're gonna have him, have all of these scenes with him communicating with this kid who's funny, teaching him like all
and
of this
then like
slang.
John Connor is important.
Ridiculous one-liners.
John Connor is important in the lore of Terminator because when he's an adult, he's the one who saves the world somehow, or his kid does.
So John Connor ends up becoming like the rebellion leader against the Terminator robots.
Does Jai Courtney play him in another movie? Is it Jai Courtney?
I think that might be Terminator Genesis.
That's the one with Emilia Clarke?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one. But that...
A lot going on in Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator. But yeah, like, I don't understand what's happening in this movie. The synopsis literally just says Sarah Connor has returned from far away, and she's gearing up with a team of agents who will fight against T-1000.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, because like I only like loosely remember Terminator Salvation, and I didn't see Terminator Genesis. I have no idea like how the intermixing timelines are working and what the whole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jai Courtney is in Genesis, but he's not John Connor. Jason Clarke is John Connor. Jai Courtney's name is Kyle. Kyle Reese. J.K. Simmons is in the movie.
Kyle Reese is the guy that comes back. He comes from the future in the first one.
He's the one they send back. I remember it in the trailer.
Yeah. Can we spoil Terminator? The first one?
Yeah, it's been long enough. I'd say we're past the expiration date.
Spoilers for Terminator. Like he's
Snape
John
kills
Connor's
Dumbledore.
dad.
What?
He's John Connor's dad.
Kyle Reese
fucks Sarah Connor.
Okay.
In the first one.
In the past? In his past?
In 1984. Like, yeah, he comes
But he's from the future.
He's from the future.
Okay. Gotcha.
Comes to 1984.
That's breaking all kinds of time travel rules.
So he comes there to protect Sarah Connor so that John Connor can end up existing, but he ends up, because he's there protecting her, fucks her, and then, gives birth to.
So apparently Genesis has something that fractures the timeline in it. I don't know what that means. Haven't seen it. What happens in Salvation then? I'm so confused, man.
Salvation is set like more towards
2018. Set in 2018.
Yeah.
Last year.
Like it's like set in the future where robots are like it's in the middle of the war, I'm pretty sure. It's got Christian
mysterious
Bale.
new weapon in the war against the machines, half human and half machine.
Sam Worthington's in it also.
John Connor on the eve of a resistance attack on Skynet. So this is like when John Connor is an adult as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian Bale plays John Connor. Yeah, Sam Worthington. Anton Yelchin plays Kyle Reese in that movie.
Yeah.
Weird. That is a rotating...
Michael Biehn plays the original Kyle Reese.
That is a huge rotation of several actors playing the same characters.
Mm-hmm. Who aren't necessarily like each other either.
No, Anton Yelchin is nothing like Jai Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
He's way better than Jai Courtney. Just going to throw that out there. But yeah, like I feel like the Terminator lore and history is like too convoluted for me to even care what's going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's some stuff that looks cool. Like the T-1000 looks cool. The T2 one is the T-1000, right? Not Arnold.
I don't remember.
I don't either. I think that's the T-1000. I'm not positive. Gabriel Luna, the one that turns into goop and then becomes a robot. Goop robot.
Does it just go up 1,000 for every sequel?
Is it Terminator and then Terminator 1000 and then Terminator... Have they never made a Terminator 2000? Does that exist? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, it just seems like they were like, let's just make Terminator again, or Terminator 2 again, basically.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of, like, every time they make a Terminator movie, like,
it's just a rehash.
Kind of, and it's not even just, like, Terminator Genesis when it came out, like, I mean, I didn't see the movie, but, like, the trailer was rife with just, like, oh, we're just going to be giving out the same one-liners.
Member berries.
The Hasta La Vista babies.
This doesn't have that, though, this trailer.
No, it doesn't, but it
this
still...
sets a much more, like...
But it still has certain ideas that are similar to... so, like, in Terminator Salvation, one of the more interesting dynamics was that Sam Worthington was a robot.
Half robot.
And he didn't know that he was a robot.
Like her.
Yeah.
But she clearly is a robot that doesn't know she's a robot.
Yeah.
It looks good. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good.
Not like, how could I not know what you mean?
Well, because like I don't mean that like, oh, that looks good. I mean it looks good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
I don't know if it looks good or not, but I know that it looks good.
Yeah, the Terminator movies have always been like sort of like, I mean, at least T2. T2 is like revolutionary as far as the...
I wonder how T2 holds up if you go back and watch it.
Probably not well.
Yeah, you never know.
Probably not well.
But yeah. It's the only movie trailer that came out this week. I saw 3 movies this weekend.
Yeah, you've been fucking on it.
We went and saw Booksmart, and then on Saturday I saw John Wick 3 and Aladdin in the same day. It was solid. I liked all three, by the way.
Really?
I liked all three movies. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be disappointed with Aladdin.
I can never tell if you're just gonna hate on something or not. You might not like it. I thought it was. It's really fun. It's a fun movie.
Like you have like more of a.
I have a really what's the opposite of optimistic? I have like a pessimistic view of the way you're gonna react to things.
Yeah. You have a more cynical view of me than I have.
only of the way you're going to think about things. It's very strange. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. There's like obvious flaws to it. People are like destroying the CG. Sometimes I just feel like I'm dumb and I don't know anything about the way CG looks. Because like, if you were like to ask me when I walked out of that movie and you were like, "Yo, what'd you think of the CG in the movie?" I'm like, it wasn't like, it never bothered me, so I don't care. You know what I mean? It was whatever. I wasn't like blown away. Like Genie looks kind of weird, but it's, you know, it's like Will Smith in a rubber suit.
Yeah. And
then computer imaging on him, pixels and shit. But I was happy that Will Smith's Genie wasn't like, it fit the movie. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this weird, like, why is Will Smith in this movie? You know what I mean? And I think I saw a comment about it that made a lot of sense. And it was basically that, like, in Aladdin, Robin Williams' Genie is just him being Robin Williams. So, like, the worst mistake that Will Smith could have made is trying to be Robin Williams, because that would have gone horribly. Instead, he was just Will Smith, and Will Smith is a charming and likable guy. So he's charming and likable. And they do a good job of spending as much time as they can out of the blue, where he's just Will Smith, and it's very cover-upable by the story. He's like trying to blend in, so he just looks like Will Smith, and it's fine. Yeah. The best part of the movie is Naomi Scott, though, for sure. She's for sure the best part.
Okay.
That's like the one big change they made from the original Aladdin is giving her, the character of Jasmine, like more agency and like her own like real goals and stuff like that as a character. It's very good. She has her own song.
Okay.
This is the only new song in the movie. There's Will Smith sings multiple times in this movie. Yeah.
But did you rewatch the original Aladdin before you saw this movie?
Nope. I'm gonna watch it when Disney Plus drops, though. It's gonna be like the first thing I watch.
I saw a clip for the Prince Ali song.
Yo, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The guy that plays Aladdin, I think it's Mena Massoud or something like that. He's from Canada, but he's a super good dancer.
Who?
Like the dude that plays Aladdin.
Oh, okay.
He's a super good dancer.
Okay.
There's like a bit where, like the scene when Prince Ali is there to court Jasmine or whatever, and there's like a party, and he's dancing, and he's super good at dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there parkour in this movie?
Yep.
Okay.
He does a cool thing where he's like in an alleyway, and he's like spinning with his like back against one wall and his feet on the other wall, and he's like spinning to go down. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like, it's weird because, so like what's the Street Rat Riff Raff song, the super famous song, is like, it just feels kind of clunky. You know what I mean? Because adapting it from animated, it just seems so hard to me, like to adapt something directly like that into live action. It's just a little clunky. Like it's kind of like hard to understand all the singing with like the chorus of people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just it's like 10% away from being really good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But still really enjoyable. Fun movie.
Somebody brought up, like, because I watched that clip of the Prince Ali. Prince Ali, Ali is he? Ali
that seems pretty cool.
I watched that clip, and who knows what they changed, like going into the real movie, but it just seems so flat to me. It just didn't have like any of the energy that like the original had.
Oh, see, I felt like it was really energetic when I saw it with the rest of the movie.
Okay. Maybe the
dude,
context.
I don't remember in that song in the OG movie. Do they go halftime? So like they're singing
Prince Ali,
yeah, they do that because I was like, that's dope.
Yeah,
there's like a part where they're like holding the note really long, and Will Smith's like, "We're waiting on you, Sultan. We're waiting on you," and then he like kicks in, and they go like halftime, and I was like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that. No, yeah, but it like in that post on Reddit, somebody brought up how the movie should have like the better choice for a director that should have directed this should have been Baz Luhrmann.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who made Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, but like,
yeah, that was one of the things I if we do a spoiler episode, we can go deeper into it. But like, this is the least Guy Ritchie feeling movie I've ever seen Guy Ritchie make.
Okay.
And that was kind of something that I thought was really interesting about the idea, was like a Guy Ritchie spin on Aladdin could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You're not a Guy Ritchie fan, right?
No, I'm a Guy Ritchie fan, but like to me, it makes sense for him to be making like Sherlock Holmes. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, and I like a lot of Guy Ritchie movies.
Well, I just think the idea of like, because he has
like,
a very
like OG Guy Ritchie is like,
he has a really specific
really
style that you can usually feel when you see his stuff. And if you had showed me this movie and then been like, guess the director, nothing would have made me think Guy Ritchie. But I will say, dude, I liked his last 2 movies. I liked The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and I liked the King Arthur movie. Like, unashamedly, I liked that movie.
okay.
Yeah, a lot of people hated it, but I liked it. It's too long, I'll give it that, but I liked it.
King Arthur's like Robin Hood. I feel like there's just like so many movies
People
out there.
just keep trying to make it, and nothing sticks as like the version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Monty Python is like the best version of a King Arthur story.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is probably the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
Robin Hood
the
movie
comedy
too.
bits of them. That's kind of funny. It's kind of weird because they're like huge characters through history. It's interesting. The Disney Robin Hood, was that movie good? I don't remember. Disney's Robin Hood, the animated one where they're animals. He's like a fox or something.
I don't know.
I don't remember if that movie's good or not.
I don't remember.
Me neither. Weird. But John Wick 3 also super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to rank them,
Listen.
what do you think?
Listen, he fights Boban.
Wait, what?
He fights Boban.
Boban Marjanovic is in the movie?
He fights Boban. Yes. Boban
Okay.
Marjanovic. Yes.
That's cool.
And he is so freaking huge. It's so scary.
Mm-hmm.
And they like fight in a library, so it's like tight quarters. It's cool. It's a cool scene.
Dog, we're in a fucking Keanu Reeves renaissance right now.
Yeah,
Sure.
Toy Story 4, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Duke Kaboom. That trailer is great.
Toy Story 4, but like also just like like all the stuff outside of
Well, I mean, he's the internet's favorite son.
all of the like little shit like that he keeps dropping. Like I forgot what he might have been for like a late show or something like that. He did some kind of bit where he was answering questions from people.
Holding puppies or something.
I saw.
that
I don't
on
know
the
what it
internet.
was. I just saw the meme, but the question was like, how do you stay so down to earth? And he was like,
I saw
gravity.
that. Yeah, I saw that. Aren't they making another Bill and Ted too?
Yeah, I think so. But obviously, John Wick's out the fucking.
It's like
been amazing,
top tier action franchise.
Yeah. I think it just recently came out that he has been in secret donating. He's been funding children's hospitals.
My surprise level is 0.
Yeah.
He just seems like a super dope dude.
Yeah.
I feel like parts of the John Wick movies are becoming like, how fast can we get Keanu Reeves to reload a gun? And we're gonna incorporate that into a scene.
Right.
Just like him being like, I really want to push myself technically with this stunt stuff. And they'll be like, all right, we'll incorporate that. Mm-hmm. The dog stunt work in this movie is bananas good.
Really?
Halle Berry has 2 dogs.
Uh-huh.
So kick-ass. Oh my God. There's like a long fight scene where they incorporate her dogs into it. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking cool. Oh my God. Mm. Yeah. We may also do a spoiler. We're not going to be doing it this week on John Wick 3 because Booksmart won the poll in a huge upset that we were not expecting with a 1-vote win.
Nice.
1-vote win. The Twitter polls came through for him. But you want me to rank? You said you want me to rank the 3 movies: Booksmart, John Wick 3, Aladdin, top to bottom.
Okay.
Spoilers for the spoiler episode. By the end of 2019, Booksmart might be on my look back at the top 5 film favorite movies of the year list. maybe.
And it's gonna be up there.
It might be.
Might be.
That movie is so good.
Damn.
You see anything else? Watch anything?
I fucking watched a Goofy movie, dog.
Oh, that's right, because you saw the clip from the song.
Yeah. Somebody cut together like 2 of the songs from the movie. Like the first clip of like, for those that haven't seen a Goofy movie, I mean, it's the story of Goofy's son. It's more about
Max
Goofy's
Goof.
son.
I've only seen
Max,
an extremely
basically
goofy movie.
He's just like struggling with like trying to fit in high school. And there's like a romance, like there's this girl that he likes. And he's also like struggling with trying to not become his father. It's like sort of like a really deep thing. Like one of the first things that you see in the movie is like he has this dream where he's like in a field with his crush. Like he's in like a field of flowers. And he's like laying in a field with his crush, and everything's all happy and everything. And then all of a sudden, like it becomes like a werewolf scene.
Does he transform into Goofy?
He basically transforms into Goofy.
Yo, that's dark.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's like super fucking horrific. And like his crush is just like horrified and fucking runs away with him and everything.
Damn.
And like he gives a good yuck. And yeah, he wakes up and fucking his dad is like throughout the entire movie just trying to be a good dad.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
it's just like a really good like depiction of like I don't know, like a father-son relationship and like the like just really real things of like a son sort of like resenting a father for being
no reason.
Well, no, not even for like no reason, for like embarrassing him and for being stupid, like and you know the father is like trying to fit into this like kid's life, but he can't do it because
does he have a mom? Who's Max's mom?
No,
we don't know. We just never know who it is.
No.
Can Goofy?
I saw a clip.
Can Goofy like asexually reproduce?
No, I saw a clip the other day of an old Goofy clip where like Goof, for whatever reason, like the wife like wasn't home, so he was doing like all of the wifely things. He was like, he put on an apron and was like in the kitchen and stuff. It was just like really like misogynistic stuff when you look at it now. But they had this like really funny moment.
Yo, if you go back and watch weird old Disney stuff, they get weird.
For sure.
It gets super weird.
But there was this like really funny moment where he gets a knock on the door and he opens it and it's the mailman. The mailman, or not the mailman.
The milkman?
It might be the milkman.
We know what happens with milkmen.
Either way, it was one of the two, right? But it goes here, right? Like where he hands him the mail or hands him the milk or whatever, right? And then the mailman like leans in and gives Goofy just a big old kiss because he thinks that it's Goofy's wife.
Oh my god, she's cheating on Goofy.
It's so fucked up.
Damn. What if Max is
and then
even
somebody
his son?
commented. Well, somebody commented. They were like,
"That's Max's dad."
Well, no. They were like, now we know why
she's not there in the movie.
She's not there in the movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
who sings that song?
It's some R&B artist. I forgot what's his name.
Isn't it like somebody doing like a Prince impression, or like the character is like kind of based on Prince?
It's very Prince. Yeah, it's very Prince-like. Like the voice is kind of.
I mean, no one can really imitate Prince.
True, but like the voice is like more. I would say more generic R&B than it is exactly Prince. But like you could, I mean, yeah. Powerline is the name of the rock star.
What's the song called?
So they do 2 different songs.
I thought the song was called Powerline.
No, the band, I guess, is called Powerline. But like the first song that they do is Stand Out, and then Eye to Eye.
That's the one. Eye to Eye. That's the one.
Is the climactic song.
Apparently is a peak level Disney song.
It's amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a great song.
I'm pretty sure I've never seen a Goofy movie. I've only seen an extremely Goofy movie.
What's that one about?
Skateboarding.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
No? Yeah, Max wants to be a skateboarder. And similar shenanigans ensue with his dad being... I think he's in college, too, in that movie.
Skateboarding was like such a
so big in the 90s,
strong
dude.
fucking fad, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was so strong.
Mm-hmm. It's huge in the 90s.
Like I thought that, but just because I didn't really understand fads, I thought that when we were kids that like everybody was into skateboarding when they were young. You know what I mean? And then
so you were like, when my dad was young, he probably liked skateboarding. Yeah. No,
But
dude,
it's not true.
It was just our intersection with time in the 90s happened to be through our formative years, kids were into skateboarding.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. And it gave us great movies like mid-90s.
And Brink.
And it gave us Rocket Power.
Is Brink roller skating or is it skateboarding?
I don't know. Johnny Tsunami? He skateboards at one point, right? I know he snowboards and surfs, but does he also skateboard? I just assume he also skateboards at some point. Remember Johnny Tsunami? Good times. Yo, did you hear about this Arthur shit?
So
first of all, did you know Arthur was still making new episodes?
No.
Arthur's been around since we were children.
Right.
Little children.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur. What? Aardvark? Seen Aardvark? Yeah. Arthur the Aardvark? Yeah, dude. Alabama banned a new episode of Arthur because his teacher is getting married to a dude, and he's a dude. That's crazy. That is crazy town. Alabama, what are you doing? What are you doing?
No, dude, you can't be having these fucking these gay rats getting married. Getting married in animated form out here. You know how fucking infectious that can be? How quick you could just... Dude, that can make you gay, man.
There was a literal quote from someone that was like, oh man, I should have found it. It's going to take me too long to find it. I don't remember who said it.
They're like seriously worried.
But it was something along the lines of, if someone wants to make the choice in their adult life to be gay, they can do that. That's fine. But we don't want to like poison our youth with it. There's like a quote that was something along those lines from like a senator or something. Alabama, what is you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What? Is 2019, dog?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Come on.
If two animated rats getting married makes you gay, you're already gay. You're already gay.
Yeah, if that's what puts you over the edge. If you like watch this probably like super G-rated wedding, odds they even kiss in a kid's show. I don't know. They might. If that's what pushes you over the edge. It's wild.
Mm-hmm. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Thought we were past this stuff, Alabama. Come on now. Come on now. You want to talk about the Raps Bucks?
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
We have to.
When we last recorded, were the Warriors already in? Or not? I don't remember. They've clinched now for so long, I can't remember when it happened.
Yeah.
Just in case they weren't. We got Warriors Raptors for the finals, people. The not Warriors versus LeBron finals everyone was hoping for. You still get Warriors versus the best player in the East, though.
True.
Yeah. Because Kawhi has been a monster.
Has he solidified himself in your mind as the best player in the East now?
Because
I think before this series...
4 months from now when he's in the West again. If that happens.
Maybe.
If that happens. I could see him staying.
But before this series, like you...
I don't think I would have told you that I think Giannis is better than Kawhi, but I would say that Giannis was the MVP this season. That doesn't mean he's better.
No, I
think Kawhi was better. I think the only question... If you went back to before the season, the only question would be like, oh, who's the best player in the East? You'd be like, probably Kawhi, unless his injuries have done something to him.
Right.
But yeah, there's like if you already thought Giannis was better than Kawhi, I feel like you were just overlooking the glaring shortcomings to his game, which were really exposed in this series.
Sure.
And it's weird because like the way I've heard people talking about Giannis all week, it's like Giannis wasn't bad in these games. He just wasn't great. You know what I mean? He was still scoring like between like 18 and 25 every game and getting like 16 rebounds. And if his teammates could shoot better, he would have been getting double-digit assists too. But he was just turning the ball over too much, and the lack of jump shot was hurting their offense.
True. Like I don't see any problem with anybody thinking that Giannis was, a better player than Kawhi. Like, because obviously he had the better season just because Kawhi.
Yeah, but if Kawhi played,
if he played
10 of the 20 games he sat out, he could have been in the MVP conversation.
Very true. Very true. But the. I mean, it's recency bias, like seeing Giannis dominate the way that he did all season, and doing it so consistently. I don't think that there's. I mean, I still think that he's going to win MVP.
Oh yeah, me too.
I mean, it's going to be.
I mean, it's already decided. Nothing changes from the playoffs anyway. So.
Right.
That's something that I really don't like the way that works.
You think that he should include in the playoffs?
No. I think they should announce it before the final.
You're talking about
we should already know that stuff.
The awards.
Yeah, I hate how they wait till afterward to do the whole award show and everything. Yeah. It's just dumb. Even like because we got the All NBA teams and the All Defense teams this week. Did we got all rookie? Yeah, we got all rookie as well.
Yeah.
And like even like waiting this long to reveal those, it's like it's such a weird because like we're so far removed from the regular season at this point. It's like hard to remember all that stuff. You know what I mean?
This is like one of the first years ever, or like one of the first years in a long time that like the all rookie team is the literal like first 5 picks of the draft.
Oh, was it really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I mean, Luka, Triple J, Trae Young, DeAndre Ayton. Who's the 5th?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Who was picked 4th? I know that our boy Herter made the 2nd team.
That's dope. That's dope.
I
know Bamba was 6th. I don't know who was 4th.
Mo Bamba got an all defense vote.
I'm excited for him next season.
Oh, that's dumb.
I think
nothing against Mo Bamba, but that's dumb.
He doesn't deserve it.
This is something that we should address here. Like, how do you feel about the way that this system works in the new? It's not new. It's been going on for like two or 3 years now, but it just seems to be getting more and more exposed as a bad idea. This idea that the Supermax contract is connected to the All NBA and All Defense votes. It seems super flawed to me.
I feel like everything that I hear just about the Supermax in general, regardless of whether that it's not working.
The one time it might work is with Giannis, and
I would argue that this is like a further this should also bolster less of a flattened odds for the draft, for the draft lottery. Just because like the Supermax isn't really helping these small market teams, which it's supposed to. It's like it's why it was brought into the CBA, right?
It's just like there's not enough extra money, and giving players that extra money hurts your cap so much that it isn't worth it for the players or the teams in the end. Like, look at John Wall. It's not worth it.
John Wall is like a really bad example of it, though, also because he's...
Do you want to give Kemba the Supermax if you're the Hornets?
Yeah, but like there's certain players like I would be fine with giving Giannis a Supermax.
Yeah, but Giannis is a top 5 to 10 and will be a top 5 player for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's certain...
But when you get to the fringe guys, the guys that make third team All-NBA, one time... Like Goran Dragic would have been eligible for a Supermax at one point in his career because he was a third-team All-NBA player for one season with the Suns. You don't want to give a guy like I love Goran Dragic, but he's not a Supermax player.
It should be first team, if anything.
Then you're limiting so many guys out of it. That'd be brutal.
I don't think that everybody...
Well, I just feel like teams should just be able to pay. Like, I get that you're trying to help the small market team somehow. If they want to do a thing where you can go pay these people so exorbitant amounts of your cap space, it's like 30% of the cap or whatever, then the extra, the stuff that goes above the regular max shouldn't count towards your cap or something like that. There has to be some sort of mid-ground to where you're not killing your own ability to build a roster by giving a third-team NBA guy or a second-team NBA guy or a defensive player of the year guy, because you can get it for defensive player of the year as well. You can't like have that murdering your cap.
Yeah, Yeah,
But then
I'm
it works out.
I'm not
Works out great for the Warriors.
To really break down like all of these like I don't know enough about it.
Works out great for the Warriors.
Yeah,
They don't have to super max Clay.
true.
They can regular max Clay. And Draymond, I think, because I don't think he's won Defensive Player of the Year recently enough
Yeah.
to be eligible for it.
You asked me this question the other day, and I looked it up. Of like, have there been any teammates
that were both on first team all defense?
Yeah.
We immediately thought of
recent,
the Bulls.
Yeah, we immediately thought of the Bulls.
Did LeBron and D Wade make it in the same year?
No.
First team, no.
So the most recent ones were Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis.
Okay, that's not surprising. Was that last year?
So,
or the year before, maybe?
I think they did it like twice.
Okay,
but they
that's
did
crazy.
it. Kevin Garnett and Rondo did it.
Rondo?
Yeah.
Was an all-defense player?
He
must have gotten steals on steals on steals.
Well, he was an incredible defender, man. Like,
why isn't he now?
Older.
But like he hasn't been for like 5 years. Weird.
He was younger. Like he was, and he was also.
Well, he was
like,
a dog in Boston. He was like the dude was nuts in Boston.
Yeah.
Young
I also
Rondo.
think that he had a chip on his shoulder, like more of a chip on his shoulder, because that like he was
surrounded by these
a
legends.
young point guard surrounded by like the big three. You know what I mean? So he had a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And like he wasn't an outstanding shooter either. So like he had to do certain things. He had to defend and he had to pass well.
Yeah. Which he is
which he did.
If
really
that dude
well.
can do one thing, it's pass the basketball. He's a crazy good passer.
Scotty and Michael did it like fucking
we guessed.
6
That's
times.
who we guessed immediately. Was Dennis Rodman ever also on there?
No,
that'd
not while
crazy.
he was a Bull. So he was first team all defense with Michael, but like that was while he was in Detroit.
Okay. How many of the bad boy Pistons ever did it? Did they ever all get or any combo of them?
I don't remember any of them outside of Dennis Rodman that got it. There was one other like duo that was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm surprised LeBron and D Wade never did it while they were on the Heat together.
Nope.
That's weird.
That is a conversation when we talk about like LeBron and Michael and like who's the greatest of all time. That debate, that is one thing that like I think has the most merit that no one seems to bring up. Everyone wants to bring up the rings thing, and nobody ever talks about defense.
Well, because LeBron doesn't play defense anymore until the playoffs.
And there was like, I mean, I think that he's a 5-time first team all defense.
Oh,
you know
he can
he was like,
defend anyone when he wants to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and he's an incredible defender.
And he defended 1 through 5.
But there's a difference between having the ability and consistently doing it.
Michael was
and
always
Michael
a great
was
defender.
always fucking in people's grills.
Yeah. That's the that super competitor in him, I think.
Yeah.
Not that LeBron isn't super competitive, but like Michael Jordan is like on the all-time list of competitors in any sport ever.
Right.
He's probably number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady's up there. There's dudes out there, but like Michael Jordan is nuts when it came to how competitive he was.
Uh-huh. Dan Gable.
Who?
Dan Gable.
Who dat?
He's a wrestler.
Oh, okay. I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. But back to this Raptors Bucks series.
Yeah.
Right? I
Fun series.
I just recently watched this video on Reddit. It kind of pissed me off, right? So, you know, like the RNBA just hatred of ESPN.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's over the top.
It's over the top. It's stupid, right? But like someone cut together a hot take compilation of all of the things
everyone
that were
claiming
said.
the series was over or something like that.
Yeah, after 2 games, you know, because the Bucks won 2 straight games.
It looked like it was over.
The Raptors won 4 straight, and it just they cut together all of these different sports guys like Scott Van Pelt and fucking.
I bet the High Noon dudes were on it because they were saying it looked like it was over.
Yeah, but there was a lot. There was a lot. But of people being like, yeah, like I think that the series is over, and like this, like the entire time, like I went through all of the comments, and people are just like, see, this is why you shouldn't listen to them, and I'm like, welcome that like you guys are just rampantly using hindsight bias right now.
Yeah,
you didn't like if you were if someone
put you on television after game 2
exactly
and said, "Give me your thoughts."
Yeah.
Then I'll let you talk shit about somebody.
Exactly. Like people are just using like their knowledge that they have right now and then just trying to prescribe it to.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Like, oh, look at how dumb they were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's silly. Like you can gain some, you know, like if you're a Raptors fan, you can gain some satisfaction from being like, look what we did.
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome. No, it's awesome.
Yeah, like nobody thought that everybody counted us out and we fucking fought through. I think that's cool. You know what I mean? But like, you shouldn't be hating on that.
Hating on analysis is just there's no point to it.
As a fault.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no point to it.
Yeah.
I wonder if we rolled back our tape if we did that. I feel like I remember being like, no, I think the Raptors could still win.
I thought you said something about it being a gentleman's sweep. But
I did say that. I said I thought it was going to be a gentleman's sweep, but I thought the Raptors would get at least one at home.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't wrong about the one at home. Mm-hmm. Was definitely wrong about the gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
It looked bad after game 2. It looked bad. And then they came out with just a new game plan for Giannis in game 3, and they just rode that momentum. Mm-hmm. You think Giannis was rattled?
I mean, I wouldn't say rattled.
The free throw line stuff, the turnovers.
I mean, the free throw line stuff is actually a good argument for arguing that he's rattled. I mean, I think it got into his head a little bit, just the free throw stuff. But I mean, I think that he struggled with going against one of the greatest defenders in the league and one of the greatest teams in the league that were completely game planning around him.
Yeah. They had a great game plan.
It's the playoffs. It's like when people like argue that we shouldn't resign Vucci because of how poorly he did in the playoffs against Marc Gasol. It's like, well, like it's the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like,
and Marc Gasol is bodying everybody.
Yeah, and it's not just the responsibility on Marc Gasol, but also the responsibility on Vooch. It's both of them intertwined. You know what I mean? Like, that's what sports are. Like, you can't completely put the onus on Vucci.
You can't make any decision based on one playoff series to me.
Yeah, true. Especially if it's the first playoff series ever.
Yeah. Like you can do like what the Raptors did last year is different than being like. It was because it happened so many years in a row.
Yeah.
That they made the change with Dwayne Casey. But being like, like if Nick Nurse had lost this series and they're like, oh, you didn't get it done either, pack your bags. That'd be insane. That'd be completely insane.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if if they didn't win this series, like if they were putting Kyle Lowry in like.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see them trying to trade Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for him.
It was really sweet.
Yeah.
Like, even me as a Kyle Lowry hater.
I like Kyle Lowry.
The thing is, like, before the Orlando Magic series, obviously, I really liked him. Yeah. Like, when...
He's that type of player that if he's on the team you like, you love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. But in the beginning of the season, when they showed him in the hallway, and he was like doing the handshake that he used to do with DeMar DeRozan,
he was ghosting it. There was nobody there.
Yeah,
sad.
Yeah, it was really sad because like they were fucking best
friends, dude.
So yeah, like I felt for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like in that moment, I liked Kyle Lowry, and I remembered that going through this tournament, like Raptors Orlando Magic series.
But then he was flopping so much.
And just there was so much complaining. And
yo, what do you think about the Draymond reversal in attitude?
Yeah, he just seems like a little bit more laid back.
Well, he's been really open about it. He was like talking about how he was like, I saw the way that my son was playing basketball. And it made me realize he was emulating myself. And I was like, oh, we can't have that. I need to change the way that I'm acting on the court. And I was like, that's really interesting. Good for you, Draymond. Because like the one thing that everyone had against Draymond was that he complained a lot. He was always yelling at refs and shit. But Draymond's a great player who's balling in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Balling. What do you think about the matchup?
Between the Warriors and
let's go in assuming no Kevin Durant just for funsies. Boogie might come back, but let's just say no KD because apparently he might not come back.
Am I weird for thinking that the Raptors might take it to 6 or 7 games?
Definitely not, I don't think. Especially if KD's not playing.
Like,
they've got dudes that can guard.
Yeah. And they're just
way better than the Blazers did.
I think, and I just think that with their level of team defense and physicality, that they're always going to be in it.
They're going to be in
and I think
every
that
game.
and
Kawhi is killing.
Yeah.
Steph is also killing, but Kawhi is... And who's... So, you put Draymond on Kawhi, I guess. It's weird because, like, the matchup-wise, the Bucks might have been worse for the Warriors than the Raptors. Because without Kevin Durant, your only dude that can guard Giannis is Draymond. And he's not long like Kevin Durant is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like Kawhi Leonard. Is he as long as Kawhi Leonard?
Who?
Draymond.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't think so. I don't know, though. But, like, you don't want to have to rely on just one dude to have to guard Giannis. So, like, being able to do it with Kawhi instead, even though Kawhi's a better player than Giannis, he's not such a physical mismatch for people that you can throw more bodies at him. Kind of like what the Bucks did. The Bucks would throw Malcolm Brogdon, Chris Middleton, Giannis, George Hill would be on him sometimes. Like, they had so many dudes they would throw at him. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if you have to, you can be like, Clay, we need you to guard Kawhi for a few possessions. It might not work great, but he can stay in front of him. I don't know. The Raptors are deeper. I'm glad the bench mob is... Because I was confused about the bench mob not existing anymore. Because they lost, like... We talked about this the other day. I was like, who'd they lose? And it was like DeLon Wright, Jakob Poeltl, and one other person, maybe?
Like, the biggest loss is probably OG Anunoby.
OG's hurt. That was the other one. So I was like, where'd the bench mob go? Like, the highlights of the bench mob are still here, and they moved Serge Ibaka into the bench mob. They should still have a great bench. And Fred Sr., he's back to being steady Freddy, and he's lights out from three since the birth of his son.
He's got the fucking Cowboy Cerrone syndrome,
yep,
dude.
Yeah.
As soon as he's become a dad, he's just been playing better ball.
It's cool. I'm into it. And Norm Powell's been bringing it. So I feel like they're deeper. I mean, Kyle Lowry's going to do his best to, like, chase Steph around. You're going to throw Danny Green on Clay.
Do you think that they're going to put Draymond on Kawhi?
Yeah.
And not on Siakam?
Yeah.
Because I could see them.
But they can switch him and Iggy off.
That's like what I'm saying. I think they...
Actually, they might put Iggy on it. They probably put Iggy on him first. Iggy's damn good, too. I wish we could get, like, prime Iggy versus Kawhi.
But, like, the problem is that, like
guarding
no matter
Kawhi.
how good fucking, like, Iggy is, like, it's just Kawhi's going to get those points, dude.
He's going to get at least 25.
Yeah.
At the rate he's been playing. He looks gassed, though. I mean, there's going to be a lot of downtime. The game one is until Thursday, but he was looking tired during that last game. And his legs are hurt. He's going to need the recovery time. Yeah, I feel like with KD, I would probably say like Warriors in 5 as a guess. Without KD, I could see going to 6 or 7. I don't think I'd pick the Raptors, but you could definitely make arguments as to why the Raptors can challenge them.
I think they'll get 2 games. I'm going to give them more credit than a lot of people are going to give them. What are you doing? You look like you're doing math.
I'm trying to see if they won 2 games. So if the Warriors are going to win this finals, they should win it in Oakland. Right? It would be the last game in Oracle Arena ever.
Right.
Which is like this legendary arena. So it'd be cool if they closed it out there. So I was trying to figure out like the math of how that would work. I think game 1 and 2 are in Toronto. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy. I don't remember how this... Did they just have a better regular season record?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited, though. It's going to be a good final. It's going to be fun. Gonna be fun. What'd you write down?
The title for the episode.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I kind of thought this would be a short one. I can't. I don't really have anything else. We're getting murdered, dude. Someone's gonna bust in that door and murder us. Live on podcast.
That'd be weird. I mean, it's not live.
It's not live. They're going to upload our podcast after they murder us. And they're going to post it for us.
Edit it and everything. As I'm dying, they're going to be asking questions about how to do.
They're going to be like, Kyle, how do you do the links to the timestamps? And I'll be like, it's super easy. Do you just want to do shout-outs?
Yeah.
Get out of here? Let you go rest your neck?
Yeah.
You iced it?
No.
Or heat padded it?
No, neither.
Or both?
I took a couple of leave this morning.
A leave?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'll go first.
Yes, please.
Because I'm looking at my thing. Oh, I'm going to shout out something I literally just watched. So because Game of Thrones ended last week, this week they aired a 2-hour documentary on the making of the final season. It's called Game of Thrones: The Last Watch. And it's just a super interesting look into what it takes to make something as behemoth-sized as Game of Thrones. Something that is essentially 8 movies that they had to get done in a time crunch on a TV schedule. And like the amount of people behind it, and the specificity, hard word.
Yeah, it's a tough word.
Specificity of their work, and like the amount of the attention to detail and stuff. My favorite part of it was Andy McKay, I think his name is, who is that extra, that dude, that like he's got the beard and he's in like all the Stark Wars. He's been an extra on Game of Thrones for like 5 or 6 seasons. And he's been in like all the huge wars. He was in the Battle of the Bastards, the Battle of Hardhome. He fought for Stannis' army there. He's fought for Jon Snow. And then he was obviously in the Battle for Winterfell this season. He was in the King's Landing episodes. And he was just a super likable dude. And he loved Game of Thrones so much. And he put so much heart and energy and effort into just making his tiny little role come to life. It's just really cool. And then he like met Kit Harington, and he like had a cool rapport. Kit Harington seems like the nicest dude in existence. He's like crying during the table read and shit. He gave like a really nice speech after his last day of shooting where he was like thanking everyone. He was just like he was just so happy, but he was crying. And he's like, oh man, I was like, Kit Harington, you seem great. Emilia Clarke also seems like she's super dope.
Oh yeah.
Like just so genuinely nice. She had a really cool relationship with her.
She's hella giggly.
With her wig person, whoever did her wig and her makeup, like that person, her had a really good reputation. Like the lady was so like sad after Amelia's last scene that she was like, I can't be here, and she left the set because she was like so emotional. She had to leave, and she like left Emilia a note. Yeah, it was really cool, and like crazy to see what goes behind it, like building the sets. 7 months to build King's Landing. David Nutter seems like a weird dude, but like he's smart. Interesting. You see his directing process a little bit. You see there's a couple shots of David Nutter and Miguel Sapochnik working with the actors, which I thought was really interesting. Seeing like how they were getting the actors into the mindset for certain roles, and then seeing like there's a really interesting scene with Sophie Turner, the funeral pyre scene where Miguel Sapochnik is like, or no, that was I think it was Nutter. David Nutter is like, he's like giving her these like emotional, telling her what she feels emotionally and stuff like that to get her into the headspace. And then she was like, just give me like a couple minutes to get into it, and then we can go. And then they do the scene, and it's the scene with Theon and everything. And then when they cut, she just was weeping. She just wouldn't stop crying, like because she was just so deep. It was just really interesting to see. Very good documentary. It's like 2 hours. It's called Game of Thrones: The Last Watch. Check it out.
Nice. All right. I normally don't.
Philosophy book.
Nope. Nope. I normally don't like to use my shout-outs on things that like are already like pretty popular.
Yeah, I try to avoid it, but sometimes.
I try to avoid it, but like I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, and it's also like this is something that, like I don't feel like you have delved. At least with his second album.
Oh?
Frank Ocean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't listened to his second album that much.
Like, this is just an overarching recommendation for you to listen to Frank Ocean's music.
Frank Ocean's dope.
I mean, a majority of people have heard Frank Ocean, at least like as he's been featured. I mean, he's been featuring Kanye West's music. He's done a lot of different features. But his 2 solo albums,
Channel Orange and Blonde,
are just incredible fucking albums.
Yeah.
I really enjoy, I enjoy thematic works. I enjoy pieces of music that give me sort of that bittersweet feeling, and that like sort of, there's like sort of a juxtaposition of emotions, and Frank Ocean can do that really, really well. It always seems like his lyrics are on point, and I'll give a quote from Tyler the Creator here. Tyler the Creator talked about working with Frank Ocean because I'm pretty sure they're both on Future.
Okay.
But he does a lot of, they work together a lot. But Frank Ocean, so Tyler the Creator said about Frank Ocean that he was like, he has the most attention to detail of like any musician.
Interesting.
That he's ever worked with. That like just everything.
That's kind of weird because like his music is really loose feeling.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. But like just like everything has to be perfect. But like, and that loose feeling is kind of one thing that I really enjoy about his music, is that there's a lot of stuff that seems kind of like so natural, you know what I mean? Like when you're watching like a old Pacino movie, right? Like it doesn't seem like the performances are written. You know what I mean? It just seems like these are just people existing in a space.
Yeah.
You know? And his music kind of has that quality to it. But everything's just like so harmonious and, you know, kind of haunting in a way. Like
he's also a super interesting person.
Right.
Yeah. He's had like really he's talked publicly about like his struggles with sexuality and stuff like that. He's an interesting guy. But yeah, I will back that. Shout out, Frank Ocean is awesome.
Yeah. And you also like haven't devoted a lot of time to listen.
I haven't listened. I've listened to Blonde before. I haven't listened to it a lot.
Right.
I've listened to Channel Orange a ton.
Frank, like his music is also like it's that kind of music that it just grows on you the more that you listen to it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Like I remember being like that with Channel Orange, and then when Blonde came out, I was just like I listened to it and I was just like I'm not sure about this, and then I kept listening to it, and like to this day, like fucking there's a song on Blonde called Nights, I think. Yeah, I think it's
with a K or no K.
No, with
just like nighttime
with an N. Yeah.
Well, I mean they both have.
They both have N's, but like
Boom
without
roasted.
a K. Excuse me.
But the bass drop on Pink Matter, that's that shit. That shit is so good. All right, those are our shout outs. Frank Ocean and Game of Thrones The Last Watch documentary. Like I said earlier, our poll is closed as of today, of day of recording. Booksmart won, which I think we're both really excited about doing that episode because we had a good time seeing that movie the other night. So come back on Thursday for the Booksmart episode. And find chrismichaelsdot.com for his scripts. Chris Michaels on Instagram. Find me, davinwell25 on Twitter and Instagram. Find the show, The Chris and Kyle Show, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all podcasting platforms. Do the liking, the sharing, the rating, the reviewing, all that fun stuff. tcaks pod on Twitter. We will pop out a new poll probably sometime next week before next month's poll episode. We'll have to look and see what's coming up. Get ready. We might be doing more spoiler episodes than usual coming up, maybe.
Yeah, because it's coming up on the summer.
Well, it's summer, summer movie season. And I'm going to be gone for a week, so we'll probably drop 2 that week anyway.
I want to liven up the poll in a different kind of way.
Cool.
I want to do like, maybe someone's like, instead of doing a poll, I want to do like a bet.
A bet?
Yeah, between the two of us. So like, we bet on whatever. Like kind of like what we did with the college tournament, like the brackets. But like we make a bet about like a specific thing happening
between me and you,
whatever. Yeah, between me and you. And then obviously whoever wins gets to choose.
Just pick some movie.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to make me watch something I don't want to watch. You want to make me watch It or something. Oh, I saw that trailer, by the way.
If we're doing a bet, like I'm not going to give you something that you're probably already going to watch.
But I'm not going to watch It.
If we do a bet, you're going to watch It.
What? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that because I don't want you to make me watch It. I don't care.
But that's the point. You can
no,
give
I don't
me something,
care.
But you can give me something.
I don't have that in me to make. I'll just pick something you're gonna like. I'm too nice.
But it's not.
I saw the trailer for it too,
dude. It's
and I was. You're gonna be really disappointed in me. The trailer for it 2 came on before one of the movies I saw, and I was like, Jessica Chastain's in a horror movie, and I was like, why is this old lady so weird?
Okay.
I was just like, and then after, like, because you talked about how it was a scene, and after the scene ended, it clicked in my head what it was.
Yeah.
Because I don't know enough about. I didn't recognize Bill Skarsgård in the picture.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, why is the picture weird?
Yeah.
And then I was like,
you don't have any context of the scene.
I was like, oh, this is it. 2.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have any enough context for the scene to really.
The old lady's weird.
Yeah, and
she gets naked for some reason.
But there's like just a lot of strange things that they did with the shooting that, like, I'm not sure exactly how they did it. With specifically her in that scene with the old lady, where I was just like there's some like oddly still moments with her where I'm like, did they like freeze frame this?
You mean when she pauses her face?
Yes.
No, I think she just did that.
But it's like oddly still.
She did a really good job. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have this weird problem. I feel like there's a trend lately with old people in horror trailers.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, just beat them up. They're old. Why are you so afraid of this old person? Just leave the house.
Well, the thing is, she's not actually an old lady.
You get that by the end of the cut there. She's some kind of weird naked creature.
And here's the thing with the bet, right? It's not about being nice. It's about for me at least. I think that giving you it.
I know that's why you want to do this.
But it is just like a really good example of it.
But that would probably be the first one you would do.
It obviously doesn't have to be it.
It'd be that or if you did Hereditary, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, fine, I'll watch it.
Yeah, but
there's just other things I'd rather watch.
But it's like it's shit that like you might not watch on your own time. You know, like, and I'm freeing you of yourself.
Then I'm going to go into everything that you give me as an assignment from a bet. I'm going to go into it with a homework mentality, and I'm going to instantly hate it because of that.
That's not always
I'm going to be in the wrong mentality. I'm going to be like, now I'm being forced to watch this movie.
You think that you can't have the presence of mind?
Nope. I'm going to be so salty. I'm going to be so salty about it on purpose.
All right. Then we won't do the freaking bet then, Kyle. You say that you're a nice person. That doesn't seem very freaking nice.
Yeah, whatever. We out.
We out. Stay weird.